actually the name of the Carter family fold in Appalachia, which is where Johnny Carter and June Cash, actually June Cash's family, June Carter's family, play their music on Saturday nights. This novel is told in about 6 parts from 6 different narrators. And this particular narrator was living in New York and has just moved home to help take care of her mother, who has a brain tumor, and she's about 22, and all of her siblings are in their early 30s. Her name's Emma. I am smiling into the mouth of a dragon. Sure, it's crafted from styrofoam wire and paper mache, but this long-necked giant is 15 feet tall and covered in turquoise and aquamarine scales. It looms overhead with its terrifying mouth full of fangs gaping as if on the verge of chomping off my head. I'm prepared to fight. A sword, I'd need a sword, or to run like hell in the opposite direction if I see any sign of life at all. Does it breathe fire, I ask, tapping on the hollow belly of the beast? I peer over my shoulder at Zane, who is both the master of the scene shop and Adam's best friend. Zane is a character almost as fantastical as his creations, with his charcoal Van Buren chops, his blue mechanic's jumpsuit bearing the name Rocco, and his saggy orange crocheted cap. He rocks back on the heels of his combat boots and stuffs his hands deep into his pockets. It's not that he's particularly original. There were plenty of hipster types like him in New York. But here, in this town, at this very moment, he's like a diamond fish out of the stream. He's a fucking glimmering rock in the middle of nowhere, and I am reveling in it. You need flames? He smirks in a half-threatening, half-promising way, and for a moment, I'm not sure if I'm about to get burned. I step back tentatively away from what I guess to be the approximate trajectory for some kind of flame-throwing machine, if there really is one hiding under this monster's curled tongue. This prop is brimming with life. There are even sculpted details down to the taste buds and the drops of saliva that no audience will ever really appreciate because they won't be able to see it. But Zane will know, and I will know, and that is all that matters right now. Zane's hairy eyebrows are like parallel inchworms mid-crawl on his forehead. He prolongs the suspense. I think maybe Zane really will set the thing ablaze for his majestic finale. It'll burn the building down. Maybe he'll even burn the theater down. Everything here smolders in its end. Tobacco, coal, even the pigs. Yes, Zane's going to set the town on fire with his dragon, and that's how my mother will die. She will go up in smoke before the tumor wrestles her away from all of us. Zane waves his hand and shrugs. No, there's no fire, but it's pretty damn great, isn't it? And it is great, just like Zane, who lives in an actual treehouse he built with my brother's help out by the river. A modern twist on Swiss Family Robinson, except that Zane wasn't so much shipwrecked in Abingdon as he was born here. He grows hops in the field behind his house, and he brews his own beer, and he has moonshine still in the barn on his lot. And I'm fairly responsible. I am fairly sure he is responsible for planting the fantasy bug in my brain when I was a kid. Zane moved out to LA to study scene design and took a 2-year pit stop building treehouses in Oregon just outside of Portland. When he moved back here, he took over the barter scene shop. He gets away with nearly anything in town because people chalk him up to being a West Coast hippie artist type. He and I are the same mold. We are inside outsiders. We are bandits. It's amazing, I say. Give me a job, Zane. I want to make magic like this. I saw the painting you gave Adam for his birthday. That's some fucking magic, man. Zane shoots me the thumbs up over the dragon's tail. This is Zane, pure unfiltered Zane, and it's probably the first time we've been alone since I left for college. Usually I'm tagging along with Adam if I want to see Zane or we're at my parents' house. Zane is an extension of our family. He's been at the table no less than once a week for as long as I can remember. Mama typically treats him like he's one of her own. He and Adam seem to have nothing in common. My brother's so brashly conservative, but even so, they're attached like 2 ends in the same shoelace. But we are alone, and I wonder if Zane still thinks of me as a child. You've got to see the medal for the rest of the set, Zane says, and he's off. He walks with an odd, whimsical bounce that makes me want to follow him and mimic his movements. He's got a grasp on life I'm missing or haven't gotten around to figuring out yet. I see it in the way he bobbles across the concrete floor like he owns the place. The entire warehouse is filled with Zane. It's brimming with his energy. I've only been here for 15 minutes and already we've left him out. Even though I'm in the lot across the street from the hospital where my mother's head is being tapped for clues, even though Malcolm is probably sitting on a blanket with our friends, drinking from boxes of wine and listening to Philip Glass perform in Prospect Park, there's no room in this warehouse for thoughts of anything besides art and color and creation. Welcome to Zane Berla. Zane strides past stall horses loaded with long aluminum trusses, up